FM. Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
Really good. Wow, that is a artist, a band. Is the band called The 99 Rub? That's the name of the band?
Yep.
Alvin Harrison is on the phone. He is, I believe, the writer, the singer, and the recording artist that you're hearing there. One of the things that, when you think about great songwriting, sometimes it's just fun, sometimes it's poetic, sometimes it's Be-Bop-A-Lula, She's My Baby, or which shows you how old I am, or sometimes it's just something silly or something nasty. You hear some lyrics coming out of cars now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It just sounds so bad. This is really good stuff. Alvin Harrison is on the phone. We're going to talk about his music, but also about his... I want to talk to him. I don't know. Hopefully he wants to talk about his take on the world. I think the songs are saying something important here, which is, in our generation, this was the thing. Bob Dylan wouldn't have made it on American Idol.
Oh, no.
No way.
No, he would not have.
Those judges didn't care what the words were. They just cared what the voices sound like.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
But Dylan became famous not because of his singing, but because of his writing. Not just the melodies, but the words. They were profound. They were amazing and eye-opening. And I think Alvin Harrison is doing the exact same thing. Good morning, Alvin. How you doing?
I'm doing very fine, sir, and thank you for having me on your show.
You are a good writer. Where are you right now?
I'm actually in Cancun, Mexico, taking a little break.
Cancun? Wait a minute. Aren't you going to get arrested or something, thrown in some jail for 25 years for doing nothing?
Well, every time I leave the country and come back, I'm afraid somebody's going to stop me at the border.
Yeah. Hey, go to Canada. They don't do that there. Wow. So tell me about yourself. Where do you live? That's not where you live, right? Where do you live?
Well, I'm originally from Modesto, California.
Oh, okay.
And Modesto was one of those towns that was just really hit hard by the recession, and then they got the 1-2 punch because then gas prices were rising also, and it's a bedroom community. So we had like 1 out of 13 homes in foreclosure. It was really bad. And then once that happens and things start to get depressed, of course, drugs start to become a problem. A lot of other social issues become problems, and it's not a fun place at this point.
So tell me about the song. Could you hear the song, by the way, on hold when you were on hold?
Yes, I could.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much for playing a little bit of it.
Oh, and I've got 2 others. Robin gave me links to 3 songs, I think, right?
Yes.
That you had on the web on your site.
Yes.
Is that you singing?
No. Well, I'm singing one of them, the more rock song, Do You Want to Go?
Okay.
The singer on the other 2, I originally sang all of them, but I met a guy well, I knew a guy who I thought could do a better job. And the thing that's important is not my ego. What is important is doing the best job we can to make the songs, really get out there and people listen to them and pick up the message.
That is smart. Who's the group that used to do Mike and the Mechanics? I don't know if you remember them or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mike Rutherford. He wasn't the best singer. We'd hire guys.
Yeah, he was good.
It was kind of it's a smart move. So, but you do sing. So you are singing on some of these recordings.
Oh, yes. I'm singing on the song that's about the global warming, or I guess they call it climate change now.
Yeah.
The one that addresses climate change. I'm singing on it. I'm come from more of a rock background in my singing voice. And the other two are more kind of jazz fusion meets gospel, I guess.
That was a little Motownish to me. That one sounds a little Motownish. I don't know. Do you ever think that? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's because of his voice, too, also.
And what's his name?
His name is Rocky Whitaker, and he's out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
North
This
Carolina?
whole band is from all across the country.
Wow. So how long have you been writing?
Oh, my God. Probably 30 years.
Oh, my goodness. And have you always... okay, can I ask how old you are? You're a guy, so it doesn't matter. How old are you?
I'm 63.
63?
Oh, there you go. We're
Oh, wow.
catching up.
Okay. So when you were a younger man, did you write about love and girls, and now you're writing more about socially relevant things?
Yeah, there comes a time in your life when you start thinking about what have you done to change the world or to change anything, your country, and make things better for your children and grandchildren, etc. And, I guess I reached that point. So, yes, I used to write about love songs, and I now write strictly music concerning social issues.
And how do you, can I just ask a rudimentary question? How do you write? Do you have a guitar in your lap? Do you write without music at first or piano? What do you do?
Well, let me tell you the story of Rough Times in America.
Okay. We were getting there. Okay, go ahead.
I have an iPad, and it's amazing the tools that are available for musicians nowadays. And I was just playing around on my iPad in bed, believe it or not, with headphones on. And the story came on about the government shutting down. You remember that back in October? I guess it was.
Right. It shuts down every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't always report it in the news. They don't always report it, but it just shuts down.
So I'm sitting there watching this story, and I realize that they're telling me, well, we're going to furlough everybody, but the congressmen are going to still get paid.
Yes, right. That's right.
And that just made me livid.
That's right. Yeah, it made all of us livid. Yeah.
And the line "Rough Times in America" just popped in my head. I'll tell you, that was one of the easiest songs I've ever written. I went into my studio the next day, laid down the basic tracks, did everything in probably 6 hours, and what you're hearing on the record is basically all the instrumental tracks are exactly what I did when I first wrote the song.
Wow.
Now we re-recorded the lead vocals, and we added some young ladies singing in the background.
What kind of young ladies?
Young ladies.
Oh, I thought you said wimpy young ladies.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
So we added these, and those were added in Sacramento. So we have, Modesto to Sacramento to Charlotte, North Carolina, and finally, Jay King, who used to have still has a band called Club Nouveau, and they had some big hits in the 80s. He heard the song and just fell in love with it and said, we got to get it out.
Wow.
So he's still helping me with all of it.
All right, let's take a break, and then when we come back, there are two other songs that have queued up that we can listen to. In fact, we'll come out of the break with one of them. I'll come out of the break with the one that you sang. What was the one you sang again?
Do You Want to Go?
Okay, I have that one in here. So let's take a little break. Alvin Harrison in Cancun, Mexico.
I think that's
Avoiding the
wonderful.
feds, and we'll talk about his music and how you can get it and what he writes. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clouds and some sunshine today with a thunderstorm around, mainly during the afternoon hours. The high 87 at the coast, 92 inland. Partly cloudy tonight, though 68 to 72. Tomorrow will be partly sunny, but watch out for a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening. The high 84 at the coast, 90 inland. On Friday, times of sun and clouds with a shower and thunderstorm around, mainly during the afternoon hours. The high 82 at the coast, 88 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs. And all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. La Famiglia Pizzeria has moved into Ocala. Stop by today at 2504 Southeast 17th Street and see for yourself what everyone is talking about.
Awesome place. I never get pizza anywhere else.
Great New York style pizza and dishes.
Best pizza in Ocala.
One trip and you'll agree, La Famiglia Pizzeria is the best. La Famiglia Pizzeria. Stop by for a pizza that you'll love or call in and order yours for pickup. 352-245-2419. La Famiglia Pizzeria.
This is what I see with this, right? You want to hear what I hear with this one?
What?
This is the opening to a movie.
Yeah.
And the main guy is driving like a beat-up car, and he's crossing over the Brooklyn Bridge, heading over to Brooklyn. Because, you know, Manhattan is not where it's at for him. And he's got business in Brooklyn. That is a cool song. That is a car driving song. That is the kind of song you want to listen to when you're driving late at night, right?
Yeah.
Alvin Harrison is the singer on that one. He's the writer of all of the songs we're featuring today, and he's in Cancun, Mexico. And the band is called The 99. Alvin, am I right about the band name? That's right?
I'm sorry?
Your band is called The 99?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you guys, do you tour live? Do you do live shows?
We haven't yet. I traveled for a long time as a musician, and I don't know if you're familiar with what happened when you're traveling as a musician, but if you're not at a certain level, it is not fun. And so I decided to do this a different way. We're going to try and get the records and the band to a certain level, and then we will start doing tours. And it's mostly going to be benefits. I'm not really in this for the money. I'm okay.
Okay.
Unlike a lot of people in the United States, I am okay. So.
Do you know, I wanted to answer a question that the material that was sent to us in order to prepare us for this interview has in big, bold type this question: can music drive social change in today's world? And I think yes, although you might say that's a little bit, far-fetched to believe that, but I do think it. And here's why: because if you reach me and you make me think about something that I hadn't thought about before, then I'm not the only one. Whoever is hearing that song is probably being reached in the same way. And if enough of us are reached, and enough of us really hadn't been thinking that before, then guess what? We start becoming like little repeaters of your message. We may not give you credit.
Yeah.
But we may start saying, hey, you know what? We got to clean up the planet. Hey, you know what? We got to stop the war or whatever. Whatever the message is, I think social change can happen from something as simple as a song or a movie or a book or a poem or anything that happens to reach our consciousnesses, whatever the word is.
I agree. I have a famous little saying that I created and I use a lot, which is an avalanche is nothing more than a bunch of snowflakes all moving in the same direction.
That's really good. That's good.
And so if we can get the songs out there through a different medium, there's not much like this going on in radio these days. Corporate radio, kind of follows the hits.
Oh.
And the hits are all about love, 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 party, party, party.
Right.
But I think American people are ready to every once in a while hear a song about things that make them think.
Well, let me tell you one of my frustrations with radio, because radio has become so boring when it comes to music. But music hasn't become boring. What happens is you're exactly right. You've tapped into the truth of the matter. Not that the songs that they're playing are not good. I mean, I love some of the new stuff that's out there, but my problem is that it's on every station, except for ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for talk stations, and I mean, we play music like yours because you're on the show. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not a music station, but I think music that doesn't find its way to radio, and there's a ton of it, finds its way to festivals, finds its way to this independent whole. I don't know what it is, not a cult, but it's a whole thing, like a whole indie industry.
Community, yeah.
Yeah, you can go online. I can go online and get your music and listen to it in my car, which is all I care about. That's all I care about is, can I listen to it in my car?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. And it's funny, this song has made it on independent stations to number 22 so far, which is quite an achievement for a song
that is awesome. Yeah,
party and love song. Corporate radio is a whole different thing, and that's why you don't hear much more than the hits on corporate radio, because it used to be stations like yours would play, well, not yours because you're a talk show, but independent stations played. We had a lot of that in years past, and they had one program director who picked out the songs that he liked and played them.
Right.
So it was easy to break new artists. You just find a radio station that likes your song. Now it's one program director for 30 or 40 stations.
Or more, right?
Or more, exactly. Yeah. And so they pick out the hits because nobody wants to play anything that might jeopardize their position at the station. Right. And so it makes it very hard for new artists to get heard. It's very hard for songs that are different to get heard.
And you know, another thing too, I think that you will avoid by being the artist that you are is the following thing. A Blue Oyster Cult was in our town a week or so ago. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that song, Don't Fear the Reaper, is awesome. But can you imagine having a hit and 40 years later, you're still playing it every night? I mean, that's got to drive you nuts. Even though for the audience, it's great because the audience, I love this song. But those guys on that stage, they're like, oh, man, every night, Don't Fear the Reaper, right?
Well, I'm hoping not to hear these songs in 40 years because we've made some changes.
And that's some of the points that you bring out also. I mean, we see commercials on television for the plight of the people in other countries, but not in America. And you're trying to bring those plights to the forefront, that Americans should pay attention to Americans and help them make their lives better.
Well, homelessness in America is growing. We hear all the good news about new jobs and this and blah, blah, blah. But really, homelessness, I read something this morning that said if you took all the homeless in New York City and put them in, it was some big stadium that holds 50,000 people, 10,000 of them would have to stand.
Wow.
I mean, and it's growing epidemically all over the United States. I am not for one party or the other. I'm for whichever party can make some changes to make things better for the American people.
Alvin Harrison, we're almost out of time. Once again, another good interview. Makes time fly. So before we run out of time, we have a song called We Ain't Buying. Can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, this one is a little bit more militant. And it's basically talking about the government tells us little fibs every once in a while.
Yeah, they do.
I'm going to just put it that way. And this song is basically saying, we don't care what you're selling this time. We're not buying.
Oh, okay, wonderful. So how do we get the music? Can you give us a website?
Yes. You know what? For the people on who are listening to your show, if they go to my website, www.the99 online, they can actually download the songs for free. They are for sale on iTunes, Amazon, and all of that, and I'm going to be donating the profits for that kind of stuff. So, I mean, if you want to donate to a charity, it'll be the charity I choose. You can buy the song, but when I do these radio interviews, I give the online site that we host, where people can download them for free, share it with their friends. Because, like I said, what's important is getting the message out. It is not making a ton of money. This is not what I'm in this for.
And that's exactly how I got the songs, by the way. I went to the same website, the99online.com. 99 is the two digits, 99. So the99online.com. The band is called The 99. Alvin Harrison is the writer for the band. You're the only writer?
I'm the only writer, and I do all the instruments.
Oh, okay.
And then, arrange the vocals and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Produce it.
Alvin, be careful down in Cancun.
Yeah, just have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, I need a vacation. I've been working on this stuff for almost a year and a half now straight, and the wife finally said, "You are taking a break."
There you go. Gotta have fun.
For wives.
That's right.
There you go.
Maybe take a break.
Well, I love your music. You really have music that I would listen to in my car. So, and that to me, that's it. I don't listen much at home anymore. It's in my car. That's my music place.
Exactly.
Alvin Harrison, thank you. We're gonna. The last 45 seconds will be the song. This is called "We Ain't Buying." Alvin Harrison, The 99. Thank you, Alvin.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for having me on.
All right.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.